Radionuclides are all around us. They are incorporated into our environment, and as such, radionuclides can help us understand certain environmental processes.
Welcome to the course Radionuclides as Environmental Tracers. And as the name says, this course is all about understanding environmental processes using very specific tracers that in this case are going to be radionuclides. For example, radionuclides can serve as tracers for paleoclimate reconstruction. They can be conducive to understanding the carbon cycle and can contribute to generating knowledge about ocean water circulation. The radionuclides that we use in this course, they are incorporated all over the environment. The ones that they are produced cosmogenically, they enter and stay in the atmosphere, and then they can be introduced into the terrestrial environment to finally end up, for example, in rivers and in the ocean. So we can study processes that they go from the source region, which can be the atmosphere, to the very last sink that could be the oceans.
But first, let's have a look at what exactly a radionuclide is. Some occur naturally. Others have an anthropogenic source and are either produced deliberately or as byproducts of nuclear reactions.
Cosmogenic radionuclides are produced by cosmic rays in the atmosphere, normally at a more or less constant rate over time. And here we can use the radioactive decay to trace processes. Anthropogenic radionuclides are man-made, and therefore the production varies over time, and we can use them as transient tracers, for example, to study ocean circulation.
A radionuclide is an element that has an unstable nucleus. All unstable elements tend to find stability by releasing radiation as they break down to become more stable. Every radionuclide emits radiation at its own rate, which is measured in terms of half-life.
In this course, we're using radionuclides as environmental tracers. And the unique thing about radionuclides is their radioactive decay, meaning that we can use them as a clock to investigate timescales of processes in the environment.
Our focus lies on radionuclides that decay over thousands or millions of years, also known as long-lived radionuclides. Due to their decay rates being so slow and their sample size often being so small, they cannot be measured with traditional decay counting techniques, but require very sophisticated mass spectrometers, the so-called accelerator mass spectrometers.
All the different radionuclides that we study in this course have one thing in common. They are measured by AMS. AMS stands for Accelerator Mass Spectrometry. Now, all mass spectrometers, this is a very common analytical technique, have in common that they measure the mass-to-charge ratio of ions. In our case, the concentration of the radionuclides in the environment is very low, and this is why we need an accelerator.
AMS systems often are big machines, the older machines being even bigger than the newer, more compact ones. They are all very powerful instruments. Here's how they work.
An AMS system represents a sequence of filters. This starts at the ion source, where negative ions are extracted. They enter into the low energy side mass spectrometer that often consists of a magnet. This is followed by the acceleration unit, where we have a terminal with a high voltage and a stripper. And this is then followed by the high energy side mass spectrometer that consists typically of a combination of an electrostatic analyzer and a magnet. And last we have the detector.
Now, this course takes you on a learning journey about radionuclides by following a series of case studies. Each case study tackles a different research question and showcases how to use radionuclides as environmental tracers. During this course, you will make use of different methods, from plotting data to reading and reviewing papers, forging cooperation and teamwork, as well as creative thinking and self-reflection.